All right, so let's get to our last segment of work. Last segment of work. Let's get it.
It's time to do.
Okay, so we are gonna go to. Let me check my notes. We have to go to. Let me see. Check that out. Check that. Check that. Check that. All right. So now we're going to be looking into. So we wrapped up. What web? We're gonna be looking into email gathering. Right. There is a tool called the Harvester that we're gonna look into. Let's take a look at that. The Harvester. And I have not looked into this tool yet. I just watched it on the course, but we are going to look at that together to get a good understanding of what we're going to be working on. All right. So let me see. Make this a little bigger over here. There we go. So the Harvester is Kali Linux tools. Let's take a look at that on the Kali Linux website. It says search from email addresses from a domain. So -d kali.org. Limiting the results to 500 -L to limit using DuckDuckGo. Interesting. Search from an email address from a domain. So if it says the harvester -d for Kali Linux for the domain. Okay, -d for the domain you want to search. Limit to 500 results. And then what is this DuckDuckGo thing? I don't know what that means. Maybe DuckDuckGo is doing the search. I don't know. The package contains a tool for gathering subdomain names, email addresses, virtual hosts, open ports, banners, and employee names from different public sources, search engines, PGP key servers. We should already have that installed as part of Kali Linux. Let's go back and the Harvester. Let's see the Harvester homepage. So the Harvester is simple to use yet powerful tool designed to be used during the reconnaissance, what we're doing right now, of a red team assessment or penetration test. It performs open source intelligence gathering to help determine a domain's external threat landscape. The tool gathers email addresses, IP subdomains, and URLs by using multiple public resources that include passive modules. Okay. Not going to read through every last one of them. Active modules, DNS brute force, dictionary brute force enumeration, screenshots, take screenshots of subdomains that were found. Modules that require an API key, documentation to set up API key can be found here. Maybe next week we'll look into the API key. Maybe we'll use, maybe we'll sign up for one of these APIs, see what they do. Because look, we could easily say we're going to do one section of this course a week, right? But we're not going to learn anything. And I am not the type of person to go take a course, just take the course. If you look at our DevOps course, right? We are on the second section of the course and we started that like back in August. But we have learned so much about Docker. We have learned so much about Kubernetes in the past month, right? That I like to go slow and I like to truly understand what we're doing. And that's why I'm like, all right, if we have to go into next week to do email gathering, then that's what it's going to be. If it takes us 2 or 3 more weeks, then that's what it's going to be. Because I want you to have a very, very well-rounded understanding about how these tools work, why we're using them, things like that. So that's the plan. All right. So it says be vigilant. So I guess it's for like when you're using these queries. All right. So let's see. And look at that. It relies on Python. So many of these tools rely on Python because they're basically scripts, right? So that's why I said it's important to learn Python because then you can start automating some of your workflow. So, and I know my guy is learning Python, and I know Rock the Scrubs Roxy is also learning Python. So shout out to both of you guys. You know what? Wait just 1 second. Miss Freckles, Ashley. Roxy's learning Python. Magnet started learning Python. Have you started learning Python yet, Miss Freckles? Have you? Have you, Miss Freckles? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but have you started learning Python yet? If not, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for, Miss Freckles? All right. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. So, okay. So I think we can get to it. I think we can get to it now. Let's go over to the other screen. We are going to log back into Kali Linux. All right, so let me clear this out, and we're going to type in the harvester, and oh, what in the world? The harvester. Oh, because I typed it wrong. Woo. I got scared for a second there. I'm like, whoa, what just happened here? What just happened here? All right, so we are going to do the harvester. Can I tab it? Oh, I can tab it. All right, so it says created default proxies YAML at home/echodrive dot the harvester / proxies .yaml, and we're using version 4.6.0 coded by Christian Martorella at Security Research. All right, so you have his email address here, and we have the harvester 4.6. All right, we read that. All right, so when we're using it, we didn't pass in a domain name. Let's do, and we can stop it if it goes too long. Let's start off with my website, right? So we're gonna do the harvester, and we're gonna say -d for domain, and we're gonna pass in. Oh, you know what? We should have did. I'll do that after, but I should have did my main website with the what web. So we'll do both. Let's do some recon. Let's do some passive recon on my own website, right? So we're gonna do tech coaching with Ralph.com, which I'm gonna also get the techcoachralph.com website and have that be, because it's just so much easier and so much shorter just to have techcoachralph.com, right? And then that will be forwarding to this website. So techcoachralph.dev is going to go to the Patreon. techcoachralph.com is going to go to this main website, this main business website, right? So let's give it a kickoff. And it says no IP. That was quick. Tech coaching with Ralph. Let me see. Maybe I need the. Why didn't I find anything? :/www. That is my website, isn't it? Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Tech coaching with Ralph. Let's do a let me do a what web and tech coaching with Ralph.com. It's going so slow. All right, there it goes loading. All right, so let's see what's going on. So it's redirecting. I wonder why why the harvester isn't working. So it found that, let me do a verbose on there. Look at that. We went back to it because the harvester didn't give us anything. We're like, all right, let's go back to all right, so there goes email addresses. It's built on Word. Look at all that information. Look at all that reconnaissance that we're doing right here. Has an embedded YouTube video. It's using WordPress, Super Cache plugin. Oh my God. WordPress is what WordPress is. Uncommon header, yada, yada, yada. Extracting my email address, Ralph at techcoachingwithralph.com. Interesting. So now, why is the harvester not working? The harvester -d. tech coaching with Ralph.com. Something is found. So let's do the harvester again. And what okay, so what does this dash S do? Dash S. Dash D. So dash S. All right, let's see. All right, let's do this. The harvester, and we're gonna do dash help. All right, so let's look at the help. Right. So the domain, company name, or domain to search. Limit the number of search results to 500. Start with the results number X. Okay. Proxy. You should underscore proxy. Perform DNS lookup. Enable DNS server lookup. Default is false. Source. So maybe if we do a source of, let's try DuckDuckGo. Let me see what's gonna happen with that. Right. Default source. So, all right. So let's do here, and we're gonna do dash B, and we're gonna say, I guess we'll do DuckDuckGo as they did. DuckDuckGo. Oh, okay. So we need to pass a source. Okay, got it. Got it. Let's see. So still no emails found. So let's try a different source. What about we do Bing? Maybe nobody knows me. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe nobody cares about little old tech coach Ralph. That's what it is. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You see, Mitch was right. Mitch was right when he said nobody cares. I got it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I promised myself that I was not gonna cry, so I'm not gonna cry about it. You know, why cry over spoiled milk? Spilled milk, spoiled milk, however you say it. You know. Let's see. What if we were to do? Let's try one more. Let's do Yahoo. Nope, nobody cares about me. Nobody cares.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Nope. All right, fair enough. Let's try another website. What about if we were to do, let's do ESPN. Why not? So let's do, at least you tried. At least you tried. ESPN.com. What do we get with ESPN.com? What? I'm not getting anything. Okay, what's going on here? Let's do dash B and we'll say Yahoo. All right, let's look at some documentation because this is not making any sense to me. Let's go over here. So, how do you? All right, so I guess we could try with the Cali, but it's like I'm not getting any results, which doesn't make any sense to me. Is there any more documentation? So let's go back to this, the harvester. So usage, the harvester. Oh, so we need to start with a dash H. All right, let me try that. So maybe that's what's going on. So let's do the harvester. Oops. The harvester dash H. Well, that's not the one that we wanted, right? That's what? Oh, I see what's going on. All right, that's my bad. I was looking at something. I was looking at something incorrectly. So let's try with this, right? So if we were to do the harvester dash let's do we do -d and then we do cali.org. And let's just try that. See, I'm not getting anything. So something's not right. Let's look at this documentation. So according to Kali Linux, right, the package contains a tool for gathering subdomain names, email addresses, yeah, right. If we do host, so it's not finding anything. So if we, all right, let's try it with DuckDuckGo like they did. So the harvester -d cali.org, and let's do -b duck go. All right, it's doing something. Oh, look at that. It found a bunch of stuff. It found a bunch of host names, but not any IPs or email addresses. What if we were to, ooh, I have an idea. So, because you can also pass in a search term, right? So if we were to, let me try in Yahoo and then I have an idea, right? So if we do this, Kali Linux for target Kali Linux. So I found some sites. What if we were to do the harvester -d espn.com and then we do -b for Bing. So Bing, we need an API key. All right. So we'll set up an API key next week, or next week we'll set up API key. I have to sign up for some APIs. But so if we go back to, let's do Yahoo for this one. Let's see what it finds. So it's finding the host, but not the email addresses or IPs. So what if I were to do the harvester and then I'm gonna do -h for help. And I don't want to use a domain name. If I want to use I thought I could use a -d company name or domain to search. So let me try it with just a company name then. So if I do -d and I say, let's say we do tech coach Ralph, and I do -b for source Yahoo, or let's do DuckDuckGo. I have no idea if I'm indexed on DuckDuckGo. Let's see if anything shows up this way. Nothing. Nothing. I'm so unimportant. I am such a nobody. Not that you see, Mitch would appreciate it. Mitch would appreciate me pressing that button. All right, so let's see. Let me see something in the chat real quick. We have Matthew Rogers. And what's up, Matthew Rogers? How are you doing? Let's see. I have not tried the B-bot tool for scanning yet, because right now we're just learning the reconnaissance phase, different tools in reconnaissance. But that is on the agenda. That is on the list of things to get to for scanning. Is it a port scanning tool or is it like a website scanning tool? Because if it's like website scanning, it might be coming up in our reconnaissance that we're doing. But if it's a port scanning, that's going to be later on. But thanks for the awesome question.
I appreciate you.
Let me see. I don't feel like I'm having great success with this harvester tool, to be honest with you. It's a bit disappointing to me. There is another tool, hunter.io, though, which we can take a look at that in a second. Or what time? How much time we have left? We have like a few seconds left. So maybe we'll push the hunter.io to next week. But I don't really see. I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident about this harvester tool. Let me see. Let's do this. In the few minutes that we have left, I'm going to do a Google search where it says the
Lunch
harvester
break! Lunch break!
tool not getting email addresses. Let's go over here. Scraping email addresses with the harvester. This is written back in 2022. So we do that, install that. Let's see. So if you set up your API keys, run a scan with the harvester. Whoa, what just happened? What just happened here? Run a scan with the harvester. Dash F. When the harvester completes, we can view the results by opening test2 results in a web browser. Scan dashboard. But I'm not even getting. Let's try. I mean, so it just gives you the. Oh, but they do have. No. Record. Oh, it's like giving you MX records and stuff. I don't see emails though. Dash. Oh, we can do all. So let's try that real quick. Let's try that real quick. I doubt anything's gonna be found for my name, but we can still give it a try. The harvester dash D dash my disappointing tech coach Ralph dash B, and we do all. And let's try this. Let's try to do this over here too. Slash home slash Cali slash TCR results. And we don't have API keys for some of them, but the other ones are probably going through. Searching Bing, searching Anibus. Let's see. You know what, Matthew Rogers? I am going to. You know what? I'm gonna search it right now before we end the show, and then we can probably try it out come next Thursday as we continue with our reconnaissance. If it's something that like, because it sounds like it's gonna be helpful, so we'll definitely. So I'm gonna pull it up because you recommended it. I don't want to like leave the comment unnoticed, but I'm gonna pull it up after this is done, and then we are going to, and then maybe next week Thursday night we can actually give it a try to see what type of information that we can get. But yeah, definitely that's awesome. So you know what? While this is running right here, while this is running, let's go ahead and look up this Bbot. Is that what it was? Bbot tool. Yep. Bbot. Let's look at that up. While it's running the scan, I'm gonna pull it up, right? Bbot OSINT. Open source intelligence, I think. So let's take a quick look. It is a Bbot big huge BLS OSINT tool. Okay. Let's see. There's a video about it. Let's take a quick look at the video. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's pretty. Huh. You know what? You know what, Matthew Rogers? Shout out to you. You might be onto something. This looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. So we're gonna have to install it if we don't have it installed. I don't know if it comes as part of Kali Linux, but bbot-t. So passive API sources plus a recursive DNS brute force with target specific domain mutations. Passive, so find subdomains on evilcorp.com. Passive sources only. Maybe we want to do passive because we don't want to run into any issues. Bbot consistently finds 20 to 50% more subdomains than other tools. Web Spider, email gather. Oh, okay, email gather. Quick email enum with free APIs and scraping. Oh, this looks fun. Run a light web scan against evilcorp.com. Run a heavy scan There we go. This looks like it's gonna do what web does and what harvester is supposed to do for us, right? I'm just saying. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see. All right, cool. So I'm going to let me write that down for next week. We definitely have to look because so on my list, right? We had gathering email, looking at the harvester, looking at hunter.io, looking at additional tools. So under additional tools, I'm going to add Bbot as our first additional tool, and then how to look up some additional tools, right? So, all right, so I have that on my list. So shout out to Matthew Rogers. We're definitely going to try that out. Let's go back over here real quick before we wrap up. So, doing a scan for across all of the websites or all of the sources, right? We were able to get 2 IP addresses found, no email addresses, no hosts, but something about no such file. All right, no worries about the file export. LinkedIn links found 0. Interesting URLs found. I found my website. Something about ASNS found 1, and it listed over there. But what we are going to do we're going to do next week, we're going to try out the Bbot tool. We're going to try out hunter.io and we're going to try out Bbot. We are pretty much done. I'm not really impressed with the harvester, but we will try to get some API keys to make it a better experience. To try that out, all right? So if we have to spend a couple of dollars to get some API keys, then we're going to do that, all right? But for now, we're going to wrap it up for today. We're going to wrap it up. So
You once had the stars in your eyes. The world was yours, a grand prize. But then you met his hollow disguise. Now you're lost under gray skies. What happened to you? What happened? You had such potential. Such potential. Now you're drifting through. Just drifting. A fog that's existential. Existential fog. You had the world in your hands. Dreams as big as the sky. But you followed a hollow man. Now your fire has run dry. You can come home where hearts heal. Find the strength to start and to feel. In our arms your wounds will seal. Come back to what is real. That wannabe man took your life, turned your days into endless night. But your true self is within sight. Break free and take flight. Remember who you used to be, standing tall, wild and free. Don't let his ghost be your key. Unlock the door to you and me. You let him take over your mind, and now you're losing your way. Once so strong, now so confined in a life made of clay. You can come home where hearts heal. Find the strength to start and to feel. In our arms your wounds will seal. Come back to what is real. Your soul's still bright, just buried deep. Wake up from that twisted sleep. You're more than these tears you weep. Find the promises you keep. What happened to you? What happened? You had such potential, such potential. Now you're drifting through, just drifting. A fog that's existential, existential fog. But you can find your way back home to hearts that never let you go. It's never